M.U.G.E.N is a freeware 2D fighting game engine designed by Elecbyte. Content is created by the community, and thousands of fighters, both original and from popular fiction, have been created. It is written in C and originally used the Allegro library. The latest versions of the engine now use the SDL library. Gameplay: the engine uses 4 directional keys along with 7 buttons for gameplay, in order to accommodate 6-button fighters which use 3 punches, 3 kicks and a start button. However, characters do not necessarily use all 7 buttons, nor need to follow a traditional 6 or 4-button format. At most, 2 players can control characters, with others being controlled by the engine's AI. In addition, several gameplay modes are available via the main menu. The main mode of play is arcade mode, where a character fights random characters as in other fighter games or user coding to decide order. There are also 3 different kinds of team modes: single, simul, and turns. A 4th mode, tag, is listed in the EXE along with 2 related script controllers, but was never used. In team mode either side can use any of the team modes. Single is identical to not having a team, simul gives that side a computer-controlled partner who fights simultaneously, and turns uses a different character for each round of play, varying from a set number usually from 2 to 4 different characters in a row. If set, the character's starting life will be adjusted according to the number of players on each side. If one side has 2 characters and the other has only one in one of the team modes, the side with 2 characters will each have half their respective normal maximum life values. Pre-win M.U.G.E.N versions of the engine could have this feature adjusted or disabled via the options screen or the config file, but due to the nature of the hack, the option has not yet been reactivated. Team co-op is similar to simul, except both human players fight on the same side at the same time. In survival mode, there is an endless stream of opponents, fighting them either 1 by 1 or 2 in a simul match. The objective is to beat as many opponents as possible, with the game ending when the player's character or team is defeated or until a crash. The player can choose to play alone or in simul or turns mode, though single-player mode gives the highest life and life recovered at the end of each round 1. Survival mode was the last addition done to the engine. As such, it is not present in any of the DOS versions of M.U.G.E.N. History: Elecbyte released the customizable fighting game M.U.G.E.N in 1999. The engine was originally released on July 17, 1999. Beta versions of it were made to work on MS-DOS and Linux platforms, distributed through their website. The Mac OS X version was released by M.U.G.E.N for Mac. The engine allows users to insert created characters, background stages, and other game objects through interpreted text files, graphics, and sound compilations to create a functioning fighting game similar to commercial games. While the engine is set up primarily for fighting game development, several other book types have been developed using it, including shooter and platform-style games. Officially, Elecbyte claims to have forgotten what the acronym M.U.G.E.N stood for, but the Ariadne documentation states that its meaning referred to the days when the engine was meant to emulate shooting games as opposed to fighting games. The meaning of M.U.G.E.N in Japanese, unlimited, or infinite, may have influenced the naming. M.U.G.E.N later expanded into a wide variety of teams and communities such as M.U.G.E.N Fighters Guild, M.U.G.E.N Infantry and M.U.G.E.N Free-for-All. M.U.G.E.N also gained more mainstream press with the creation of the Twitch TV livestream called Salty's Dreamcast Casino, where viewers can bet with fake money on CPU matches played using the engine. Development: first released on July 17, 1999, M.U.G.E.N was initially created for MS-DOS. Development of the DOS version ceased when Elecbyte switched to the Linux platform in November 2001. For a time, Elecbyte had posted a request for donations on their site to legally obtain a Windows compiler to make a Windows version of M.U.G.E.N. However, the development group discontinued the problem in 2003 and shut down their site. Later speculation pointed at leaks made public of a private Windows-based M.U.G.E.N beta that was provided to a small quantity of donators. The private M.U.G.E.N beta contained a 2-character roster limit, locked game modes, and nag screens. With the beta leaked and Elecbyte gone, a no-limit hack that removed most of these limitations was made available in 2004, followed by subsequent updates to deal with bugs and other issues. This version of M.U.G.E.N is functionally the same as the last Linux release, though with subtle differences and unique issues, mostly revolving around proper music and M.U.G.E.N support. Because of the changes between the DOS and Linux versions of M.U.G.E.N, however, many older characters required at least the SFF files to be modified to show palettes correctly, as well as some changes in how certain CNS script controllers functioned, causing some minor upset and those that could still run the DOS version in some form sticking to that, as well as DOS patches to downgrade characters to be compatible with the older version of the engine. In May 2007, a hacked version of M.U.G.E.N was released by a third party that added support for high-resolution stages at the cost of losing support of standard-resolution M.U.G.E.N stages. Later that month, another hack was done to add support for high-res select screens. In July 2007, another hack based on the last high-res hack allowed for only the select screen to be high-res and not the stages. In December 2007, a hack from an anonymous source allowed both low-res and high-res stages to be functional in the same build. As of June 2007, an unofficial M.U.G.E.N was also made available on a Japanese website. In mid-2007, Elecbyte's site returned, though not without some controversy as to the legitimacy of it, as it only showed a single logo with Google Ads on the side. On July 26, the FAQ was added to the site, which went on to claim that they would release a fixed version of M.U.G.E.N before major format changes in the next version, and noted the formatting changes would remove compatibility in regards to older works. Do not expect old characters to work at all. On September 19, 2009, Elecbyte made an unexpected comeback, updating their website with various features including a forum and a download section, where a new build of M.U.G.E.N is now available. In September 2009, a full release of M.U.G.E.N that includes various new features most notably support for HD resolutions, victory screens and language localization was made available through the Elecbyte website. Although this build had various visual glitches and required a fair amount of adjustments to the previously made content in order to be fully compatible with the new engine, Elecbyte has stated that it is their goal to have the new M.U.G.E.N fully compatible with previously designed content. In January 18, 2011, Elecbyte released a 1.0 version only for Windows, ironing out most bugs that were featured in the release candidates. It was compatible with almost all, if not all, of the previously made content. After the 1.0 release, Elecbyte again ceased public activity for an extended time. In late April-early May 2013, a leaked copy of M.U.G.E.N 1.1 Alpha 4 hit the Internet. This version added stage zooming capabilities and some other features, although as expected with an alpha, it had numerous bugs. A post was made on the website on May 11, 2013 regarding the forums having problems. However, as of May 28, 2013, the forums are back online. In August 2013, M.U.G.E.N 1.1 Beta 1 was released to the public, which fixes many of the bugs from the 1.1 alpha versions. Additional releases for 1.1 are planned and currently being worked on. These releases are planned to include significant engine changes that would remove certain character development constraints that existed due to limitations of the old code. In July 8, 2014, a fan-made port of M.U.G.E.N 1.0 for Mac OS X was released by M.U.G.E.N for Mac, built using the Wineskin Winery wrapper. It ran with few to no port-related issues. The porting team continued to release new versions, releasing an OS X version of M.U.G.E.N 1.1 Beta 1 on January 3, 2015. Customization. Users who develop content for the game engine are commonly referred to as authors. These authors create customized content such as characters, stages and screen pack skins. Often authors will port popular characters from 2D fighting engines such as the Street Fighter series, or from TV and book series such as The Simpsons and Sailor Moon. Many authors will also create original content. Many websites exist to showcase and disperse the developed content and forms what is often referred to as the M.U.G.E.N community. Due to the customizable nature of the game engine, no two versions of M.U.G.E.N are the same. Each person is encouraged to download their own copy of the game engine and to create or add content to match their personal preference. Groups of M.U.G.E.N. Authors will often collaborate to produce a full game using the engine. These full games are available at a variety of quality levels and are released under the general M.U.G.E.N license. Under this license, permission is granted to use the M.U.G.E.N environment free of charge for non-commercial purposes. Elecbyte provides a M.U.G.E.N redistributable package, containing a minimal M.U.G.E.N environment, that may be included with third-party content for redistribution. Reception: with the dual status as a development tool and as a game itself, M.U.G.E.N has often been reviewed in periodicals and magazines, usually exhibiting a large variety of works from various authors. Games Radar named M.U.G.E.N as one of the 12 weirdest fighting games ever. See also, Fighter Maker, Beats of Rage, Project EF12. References. External links: Official Elecbyte website, M.U.G.E.N Fighters Guild, the largest M.U.G.E.N community, the M.U.G.E.N archive, the largest M.U.G.E.N download site, M.U.G.E.N format website, games made by M.U.G.E.N, M.U.G.E.N Germany, a German M.U.G.E.N community, M.U.G.E.N characters download, M.U.G.E.N Nation, M.U.G.E.N Infantry, Project, EF12, a 3D game engine, Mortal Kombat M.U.G.E.N Creations, Hungary.